Hello, hello, hello. How's it going? Okay, we are here, day 2 of How to Heal. So yesterday we talked about speaking kindly to your inner child, right? And today we are going to be talking all about feelings, okay? Feelings. Now, here's the thing about feelings. The goal in life is not to be happy. The goal in life is to feel your feelings, because those feelings are a guiding post, right? To what you're supposed to do next. And there's 5 core feelings. There's mad, glad, sad, hurt, and scared. And you can feel any combination of those feelings at any time. In fact, I'm not going to lie to you when I say this morning, I felt all those feelings. It's really interesting how life works. So last month is when I figured out what I wanted this series to be, and we wrote it all up and got everything scheduled for the blog and everything, and I was in a good place, right? And then it's just interesting that this is the week I'm teaching it, and this is the week where I'm having to also do some healing. And what I mean about really feeling your feelings, okay? So this morning I wake up and I'm crying. I'm in tears. And to be honest, I'm a pretty strong person, and I honestly don't cry a ton. But when I do, I allow myself to. And this morning I woke up and I was crying, and my kids come downstairs. They just woken up, and most people I think would think, oh, I need to get it together for my kids and everything. And I am not that way. They came down, they said, Mom, what's wrong? Why are you sad? And I believe that what we should be showing our children is an example of real life. You know what I mean? So that one day they don't find themselves sad and in tears, and they think that they need to stop because that's not something that they saw a lot of. You know what I mean? Or if a friend is crying or something, that doesn't make them uncomfortable. I think they need to know that this is part of life and it's very normal. So I'm crying, and I said, oh, thanks, guys. I said, Mommy's just kind of sad, and that's okay. Sometimes we're sad. And I said, but do you know what's important is that I'm allowing myself to be sad. Because what ends up happening a lot of times with people is it's uncomfortable to feel sad. And so what they do is they try to numb that. They want it to go away. They want to avoid it. And what happens when we avoid our feelings is we try to make it go away, right? By ignoring it, by numbing it, by doing something, busying ourselves with something else, through some form of addiction or just anything. And what that does is that makes the pain last longer, because the pain never goes away until you sit with it and you recognize it and you let it do its thing. I said this in my TED Talk, I'll say it again, that pain is a teacher. And it won't leave you until it teaches you, but you have to sit there and you have to feel it. And so I said to them this morning, I said, I don't want to feel like this very long. It's not fun. I don't like it. But I know that if I allow myself to feel this way, that I'm going to get through it a lot faster. And my son, Perry, he goes, yeah, Mom, you know what it's like? It's like if I was in school and my teacher asked us to draw a face, do we feel happy face or sad face? And if I really felt sad, but I drew a happy face, then that's not being honest with myself and with others. And I was like, yes, that is exactly right. And he said, and when we're not honest with people, that makes us feel bad. I was like, yes. And so I just loved that we kind of had that little lesson. And I even said, if every single person in your class draws a happy face and you need to draw a sad face, you draw that sad face. We have to feel our feelings. And I think that is something that is really hard for us to do. We live in a society where there is so much that can distract us. There is so much that we can do without even realizing it to numb those feelings. And it is just so crucial that we feel them, because they are a guiding post. And if we can feel them, then it will guide us to our next step what we're supposed to do. And while feelings aren't always the truth, it doesn't mean that they're fact and that it's true. The feeling has to be felt. You have to honor the feeling and feel it and let it do its thing. A feeling, an emotion, it will get trapped if you don't recognize it and let it do what it needs to do. And so, okay, so how do we untrap it, right? It's funny because this morning today so far, I have done most of these things. Because again, I know that when I'm feeling down, that emotion is stuck in me, and it is my responsibility to feel the feeling, to honor it, to journal about it, whatever I need to do to listen to it, but also to do what I can to release it. And for me, that's like, have a good cry. Okay, check, did that. Take a shower, put on real clothes, put on some makeup, like be a human being, right? Okay, I did that. Didn't want to. What I wanted to do was lay in my bed and cry and drink tequila and find some show to like binge watch. That's what I wanted to do. Okay, but I didn't. Do some form of exercise. And also talk with a friend. I did both of those. I went on a walk with a really good friend here in the neighborhood. Just a nice long walk, and that was good. You've got to move your body. And then another thing is obviously going to therapy. So I have like a session with my therapist this afternoon, and then being out in nature. There's something about being out in nature that connects you to truth. Like there's something about nature, because I think what happens a lot with our feelings when we get sad or we get hurt or we get angry or we get frustrated or any of those things, I think what's happening is something didn't happen the way we wanted it to, or someone didn't understand us the way we thought they would, or we feel like we're too much, or we feel like we're not enough, or we feel like we're not worthy. And there's something about being out in nature that connects you to realizing like everything's right on time, you know? Like nature doesn't rush, and yet it's always right on time. And so, so I just think that those are really excellent ways to feel your feelings, to acknowledge them. Like I said, journaling is great. I did that this morning too. But acknowledging them, feeling them. I don't like it. Like it's not fun. It is not fun to be sad and to be hurt and to feel misunderstood, and that is not fun. But I know the sooner that I sit with those feelings and I let it guide me, and the sooner that I do the things that I just listed to help release the emotion, the sooner it's all going to make sense. The biggest thing is we definitely don't want to avoid it and mask it and numb it. So there you have it. That is all about the feelings. You just gotta honor them. You gotta feel them. You gotta name the feeling. We can't say that's okay or we're fine. Like okay and fine are blanket words that mask how we're really feeling, you know? So you gotta quit saying that to yourself. Oh, I'm fine. No, you're not. How do you really feel? So anyway, that's it. That is how to heal day 2. And I will see you back here tomorrow for day 3. Okay. I hope y'all are liking this series. You can go to my blog at jessicazimmerman.com and you can read more about this. And I will see you back here tomorrow. Bye guys.